Milo, you stinker. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Cooking with Milo. Alright, in this episode, Milo and I are going to be showing you how to make a delicious, spooky Halloween cake. So, if you think you can stomach it, keep watching. Alright, for this cake, we're going to be making a delicious chocolate cake. Feel free to substitute that with any of your favorite flavors if you feel foggy. Alright, for this cake, you're going to need just a few ingredients. I'm going to list the recipe down in the description below so you can make this at home. But without further ado, let's get baking. Alright, first we're going to take all our dry ingredients and put them all into one bowl, and then you're just going to mix it together to get it well combined. Once you have all your dry ingredients, set that bowl aside. Then you're going to be getting all your wet ingredients and putting them in the other mixing bowl. Once you have them all in, give them a good mix until they're well combined, and then on to the next step. Hey Milo, what do we do next after we have our wet ingredients and our dry ingredients? No, we don't lick it, although that sounds tempting. Instead, we're going to take our dry ingredients and add them to our wet ingredients, and then we're going to give them a whirl. Once you have your batter all mixed up, you're going to want to divide your batter into two 8-inch round cake pans. Then you're going to throw them in the oven that's been preheated to 325 degrees, and they're going to sit in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, now that our cakes are done, you're going to take them out of the oven. You're going to set them aside and let them cool down. If you don't let them cool down completely, and you move on to the next steps, you're going to end up with a horrific mess. Hey Milo, now that our cakes are cool, what are we going to do? Milo, you stinker. Dogs can't have chocolate. In most cases, the next step would be to take your cakes out of the pan, and you'd want to level them with a serrated knife. However, in this example, I'm not going to level them, just to show you that you can still get a good quality end result without all the extra work. But the extra work will pay off. Once you have your cake on your serving dish, you're going to want to take a thin layer of icing across your cake. Then you're going to take your next layer and lay it upside down on top of that. That helps give it a nice flat surface. Then your next step would be to put it in the refrigerator and allow it to chill so it helps keep the crumbs in. However, I also chose to skip that step, just to give it a more beginner-friendly look. Once all your layers are on your dish, you want to take that final coat of icing and go all the way around your cake and get it nice and smooth. If it's not too smooth, no worries. It's gonna look great either way it goes. Once your cake has this layer of icing, you're going to start to see me roll out my fondant. All I'm doing is taking it in my hands and rolling it into little log shapes. The trick here is going to be your ends. You're going to want them to have a nice little point. The more of a point it has, the easier it is to hide. I made several little ropes. The cake itself is 8 inches across. So I started off with an 8-inch rope, laid it straight across the cake. Then from there I took about 4 inches and started making a little snowflake pattern or an asterisk on the cake. After that, I wrote out little log pieces of different sizes. And because it had the points, I could easily hide the points underneath the little logs that I'd already made and kind of gave it a little bit of a curved shape to help form the web. In the center of the web, you're going to notice that it looks like a mess. However, that's where our spider is going to come in. And all I did for the spider is I rolled out little balls with my hands, pushed them together, made little logs just like we did for the webs, and made its legs. Simple. If you're having trouble getting your fondant to stick to each other, use a little bit of water, just a little dab. When your spider's done, you just take him and put him in the center of the cake, and it covers up all those connectors for your web. Feel free to make changes to this cake wherever you see fit. Add more spiders? Don't have spiders at all? You can even use icing and pipe out the spider web instead of using fondant. The choice is up to you. Guess what we get to do now, Milo? No, now we get to eat our cake. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button and show your support. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified that any time that Milo and I decide to upload a new video. Don't forget to tune in next week where Milo and I are going to be making some peanut butter pumpkin dog treats. From both of us here on Cooking with Milo, we hope you have a spooky October. Happy Tales!